What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Creating Cash Flow, where today we are going to be talking about what separates the greats from the goods, from the not so greats when it pertains to Airbnb listings. So let's jump into it. All right, so if we just come here to Airbnb.com, you're going to start noticing a few things. First of all, and this isn't a deep dive on Airbnb.com, it's on the listings overall, but it's interesting to note because I've reached out to a few hosts and they didn't know that this existed. And I think that it's important because you can utilize this to be able to get more search engine optimization, essentially like how you can get more visibility with your Airbnb. But they have the listings as beach, amazing views, OMG. So the OMG was actually something that an Airbnb host had never heard of, and I was like, hey, congratulations on being like a top OMG listing, and they didn't know about it. So that's something that would really be able to help you as you think about what type of property you have and where you can double down. If you have a windmill property, which apparently there are a number of these, you know you can optimize for the windmills section or the golfing, OMG, etc. So just diving back here, it automatically puts me on the beach, which I am actually curious to know why, seeing as how it's the beginning of November, the winter's just around the corner, and right now, I don't feel like I've had so much winter that I want a beach vacation. I feel like winter's coming and I'm excited and I want to go on a mountain ski trip type deal. So knowing that, I'm going to go over here to the ski in, ski out section. So the first thing that I want to point out that these listings so far are doing very well. The hero image has the home with snow. So you're going to be thinking, hey, there's probably more snow, or there's typically snow at this property. Even though it probably doesn't snow at these properties year round, obviously like Killington, Vermont, it is beautiful in the summer and in the fall, and it doesn't look like this. But seeing as how right now they're trying to get bookings for their ski in, ski out location, they have snow and it's white and beautiful and pretty, and I love that they're taking that approach. So of these top 4 listings, the one that catches my eye the most is actually this one in Elka Park, New York. And it's not because it's actually in the first place, but I would say the fact that it really gives a sense of telling a story of, hey, here is the home, it's tucked back, you know it's ski in, ski out, but you also see that it's tucked back off of the road in the trees, and it just looks so like perfect with the lights on back there, the time that the photo was shot. It's not like bright daytime where it's too much white glaring at you. It's just, it feels very homey and somewhere that I would want to spend my vacation time. So let's go click into these images to see if they continue to stack up and grab my attention. So immediately what I see here is 137 reviews and a 4.88 star rating. I think that beyond the pictures, like having professional photography that speaks to the person that's trying to book the property, that's definitely number 1. The lighting, everything with the photography is number 1. But as soon as I came in here, I actually came in here with the intent to look at the photography, but the reviews caught my eye. And I would say that is easily number 2, where we that are booking short-term rentals, we want social proof that other people have stayed here, that they've had a good experience, and it's not like a big risk, because sometimes this can be a large investment. In this case, it's $358 a night, which is a significant investment. So being able to come in here and see 137 reviews, you know, I'm actually going to click into that because that caught my eye, and we'll get back to the pictures in just a second. So then we come in here and see stunning home and beautiful location, lovely, comfortable stay. The hot tub area is beautiful. So now I'm like, wow, like what brought me in was this lovely, comfortable stay. That puts words to what I thought based on that first picture. And then the hot tub area is beautiful. I love the hot tub and the fact that it's getting a special shout out here. I'm extra excited about. And these reviews are starting to look a lot the same. The hot tub on a cold night was lovely. The house and grounds are beautiful. We had a wonderful time in this beautiful home. So there is a lot of social proof here, and you can just scroll through here, and if I randomly stop, Angela's house was very charming and clean. That is the vibe I got from the picture as well. We took advantage of the perfect location and went ziplining. So it looks like this wasn't a ski trip, probably ziplining in the summer. but it's the same type of mountain activities, which then makes me start to think, okay, well, why doesn't this have a perfect 5-star review since everyone loves it? So if I look over here, cleanliness 4.9, that's pretty great. Accuracy, basically how the property is described, the photos and everything, is that accurate? 4.9. The reviews attest to that. Communication, that's great, that's key. It looks like this host can communicate quickly, clearly, and that's been no problem for anybody. Location, 4.9. Check-in, 5.0. And value, that's where they kind of get most of their dip, is in value. So maybe it's a little bit expensive for what people think they're paying for, but it is a ski in, ski out property, and those are reviews for the full year. I don't know if that's specifically value during the winter season when I want to be going, or if that's kind of value for the summer or shoulder and the prices just aren't right. But I'm actually not too concerned about that one here as I'm looking at this. I think that the pricing is totally a side note, because you got to go do a lot of research to say this pricing is good for this sort of home. So we're not going to do that right now, but what we are going to do is dive into these photos and see what catches our eye and if we like them. So I love this, as I already mentioned. It's just, it looks like a perfect little piece of heaven in the middle of Christmas time, and the lighting, everything is perfect. I guess the only thing that could probably top this is if they had some simple Christmas lights on it as well. Nothing crazy, but that might catch your eye and really kind of pull you in for the holiday season, at least right now before the holidays are over. Next is this image here. Again, this looks like professional photography. Everything's staged, the lights are on. Another thing here, beyond the lighting and everything, they've kind of like said, hey, we're tucked back, but we do have this big room where you can entertain, be with your family. I imagine this, if you're staying here and you're not skiing, this is going to be the room that you're probably in, unless you're in the hot tub, of course. But going through here, these photos, I don't love this photo. It's a little busy, and we already understand that it's tucked back behind the woods, but you do get a good look at those big windows and that back porch. And I really do love these drone shots. You can't understate the drone shots, because when you're telling a story, it's nice to start nice and wide and very broad and then start bringing people in. So it's nice to see this one pretty early. Sometimes I don't see the drone shots to the end, and it's like, I don't need to see your toilet before I get an entire view of your property. So it's nice to be able to see the property like this. And this picture is pretty cool. It actually has me a little confused. It's a beautiful cabana behind the house. Okay, so that description's helpful, but when I look at this, I don't see the cabana, so I'm a little surprised. I see a garage over here, the main house here, and maybe this is the cabana over here. Anyway, I would be curious to know how you get to the cabana from the property, but here is the famous hot tub right here. So it looks like there's a beautiful deck, a lot of seating, which probably won't be used too much in the winter during a winter trip. And this photography, it's okay. I would not say this is like the best photography I've ever seen. And I like the idea of bringing in the winter, what it's like in an evening hot tubbing here, but this, I don't feel like this picture nails what people are describing in the reviews, and you can't undercut yourself like that. Like, this is a highlight place within your listing that's being talked about. People are looking forward to this, and I don't think this picture does it justice. Let's see if they bring in another picture that will do better. So some of these images, again, I felt like at the beginning the images looked potentially a little bit more well done or professional, and as I keep going in here, I'm glad that all these pictures are here because it gives context, but I feel like we have now lost the idea of professional photos. We're kind of going in, like this picture again, it looks great. It could have fooled me. This could be called a professional photo if you ask me, but a lot of these other ones, this one as well, this one looks really good. You get to see the windows, you can start seeing, the railing on the back porch, the kitchen table, just this big open space. I love this picture too. So frankly, I'm wondering right now if they had a professional photographer come in, take a number of pictures, but based on what people were saying, based on thoughts and reviews from people, they were like, hey, we need just more pictures in general to show the property, and they went through, took some pictures themselves and then added them. That's the best that I can think of, because like these pictures, like this is a great picture. You get to see the kitchen, how it opens up to the dining table and the family space. That's all great, and the lighting's great, but some of these pictures don't look as high end or well produced. So if we kind of click through here, we get the bathrooms, the extra bedrooms, and this property looks great. It looks very nice. And at this point, I've seen enough of the property, and there's still a number of pictures left, but let's see what they are. We have the map for Hunter Mountain, which that may or may not be helpful. If it's near Hunter, that's great, but I probably already know that going in here. So I think it would be better to see where that property is in context to Hunter Mountain rather than the Hunter Mountain ski map. But this picture, again, not professional, probably could get a much better picture of Hunter Mountain, but it is nice that it says it's a 7 to 8 minutes driving from their place to Hunter. And then just some beautiful pictures depending on when you're gonna go, some fishing, outdoorsy activities. It looks very fun. And now we're back into some stock Hunter Mountain photos that show some fun activities that maybe I hadn't thought of, but not incredible photography. Okay, cool. So those are all the images. And then if I go back, so I'm gonna come back over here. And one thing that I personally like when I'm booking is the ability to book with somebody that I feel like is easy to talk to. I don't necessarily want to book with somebody that's managing 100 properties or 50 properties. So coming over here and being able to say, okay, who is Angela? I love coming in here and checking out, okay, so Angela's a super host, has 137 reviews, and from everything I can tell, this looks like a very personalized experience that Angela is putting on. She doesn't have other listings they would show here, and a handful of listings is okay. A lot of listings is okay too, but I do like the idea of the Airbnb, the small town feel where you're able to go and connect personally with somebody that knows the area. You can ask them questions. I like being able to see that. So in this case, it's nice that Angela here is managing just this home, and it could very likely just be her home. And she doesn't have property managers or other people doing all of the communication for her. The next most important part of a listing, in my opinion, is what the place offers. So diving into the amenities. So as you're setting up your Airbnb, make sure that you add in everything possible that describes or defines your property. Not going overboard, you don't want to push it and give people the false idea of what they can expect, but don't go skimpy on anything. So valley views, courtyard views, garden views, mountain views, check, check, check. So amazing views. The basic stuff. So in the bathroom, great. Bedroom and laundry, so washer, dryer, towels, etc. The other thing too is I've stayed at some Airbnbs that claim they have towels, bed sheets, soap, and toilet paper, only to show up and they have like a tiny little toilet paper roll left. And I don't want to go and have to go buy toilet paper for my Airbnb. I'm coming on vacation. If you say you have toilet paper, soap, bed sheets, all of that, please have it ready. All of that stuff makes a big, big difference. From an entertainment perspective, they have an Ethernet connection, TV, sound system, that is great, and some amenities for the family, heating and cooling, which is great. And then this is what I'm really looking for, Wi-Fi. If you can add in your description your Wi-Fi speed, I think that is huge. So I didn't even know that this was gonna be here, but coming in, it says the space super fast Wi-Fi. I love that. They call it out. That immediately takes concern away from me wanting to stay in your place. And again, maybe it's a trip where I don't want Wi-Fi, but right now I'm at a time in my life where I want to be connected and I need to be connected for work and other things. So super fast Wi-Fi is great. What would be better is if you said super fast Wi-Fi, 200 gigabytes down, or like put the Wi-Fi speed there, because super fast Wi-Fi is relative, and knowing that you're in the mountains and knowing that I need a stable internet connection, the more detail here, the better. So I would say those are the key things I am looking for when I am booking an Airbnb. And again, you can just see the types of images that really grab your attention versus the ones that don't. So those are just a few thoughts from someone that has booked a lot of Airbnbs. I've spent way too much money on Airbnb trying to go and book a place to stay, and I plan to continue to use Airbnb to make bookings for vacations that I want to do. So I hope that's helpful if you are a host and you are basically wondering how to catch people's attention, how to catch their eye. Again, great photography, great reviews, and as much detail as possible in the description. I think kind of rounds it out and makes it super easy. And then from there, you can let your beautiful property do the rest, getting you some amazing 5-star reviews. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to learn more and follow along as I talk about short-term rentals and interview hosts of some of the best short-term rentals on Airbnb, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so I can let you know when a new episode is being released. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See ya.